Refrigerators have become a part of everyday life for many people. This video will elaborate on how exactly refrigerators work and how they are so efficient at keeping foods cool. Let's get into it. The most important part of a refrigerator is the capillary tube. The refrigerant starts at a normal temperature. It then goes through this capillary tube. Because the capillary tube is an obstruction to the flow of the liquid, a huge pressure drop occurs. Because of this pressure drop, the liquid is then converted into a gas. And because of its converting into a gas, the temperature also reduces a bunch. This may seem really ironic, as normally the temperature would normally increase. But the thing here is, as soon as you start changing up the pressure, the amount of heat that is needed to make this transfer comes from the heat of the refrigerant. This causes a huge temperature drop. Now, once we have this low pressure gas that's at negative 20 Celsius, it then passes through these evaporator coils that are on the inside of the refrigerator. It absorbs heat. Because it absorbs heat, you can get the cooling effect inside the refrigerator. And now, once it's at the end of this refrigerator process, it is a low pressure gas. In order to repeat this cooling effect again, we have to convert it back to a high pressure liquid. The first step of this process is putting it through a compressor. Because the compressor is compressing vapor as well as pressure, a huge temperature increase occurs. This is unavoidable. Now, to convert it back into a liquid, it passes through a series of coils also known as a condenser. This fan over here cools down the gas, and turns it back into a liquid. Now we have achieved this full cooling process. Now, if we can just repeat this multiple times, we should have a continuous cooling effect on the inside of the refrigerator. If you see here, you might have noticed that there are heating rods here. These heating rods are to prevent frost gathering on the evaporator coils, as this can be a big problem. If frost develops on the evaporator coils, it prevents any heat transfer, causing the refrigerator to get ineffective over time. Hopefully, you enjoyed watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later.